everything has an expiration date. And even if your expiration date is a lifetime, it still has an expiration date. But some of you are over here playing with these ingredients and you know they bad. You're trimming some off the side. You're cutting a little bit off here because you think the heart is still good, but you are hurting yourself. And this is what I told her. And she said, well, see, Titan, here you go, right? And I don't know why people always want to compare me to somebody. She said, Iyanla fixed my life. The person this morning said, Miss Netta. You know, look, y'all, compare me to whatever. But the reality of it is that you know that ingredient that's causing you all this pain and havoc should have been gone, because this recipe of life does not call for that ingredient anymore. Did y'all catch that? My recipe has changed. 2024, the recipe of life has changed. The recipe that I had in 2023, I had in 2022, that's not for me anymore. I had to tweak my recipe. I had to take out some ingredient because that ingredient no longer serves me. I'm the main ingredient in this recipe, and you no longer serve me. And you no longer serve me. And you no longer serve me. Not in the good sense, not in the great sense, not in the person that I know that I'm supposed to be. And y'all, this is not a dig, but I guarantee you can take inventory on your life right now, and there is a recipe ingredient that's staring you right in the face that no longer serves you. Okay? There is a recipe. There is an ingredient of this recipe in your life that no longer serves you. And it's staring you right in the face. And every time you try to do something good and great, that ingredient pops up and lets you know that the expiration date has passed, that they have expired. That's what I told the young lady. I don't have no qualms against you. You do you, you live your life. But you cannot keep coming to make this same recipe, and you are not the main ingredient. And that ingredient over there that has expired 2 years ago is over here calling the shots. What we doing? What we doing? That's what I'm saying this morning. The recipe of life. You got to have knowledge, but you got to know the ingredients. The main ingredient is you. You cannot do anything with this recipe if you are not good. If you are not in this recipe, if you are not checking your expiration date. Good morning. Good morning to you. Hey, good morning. Wait a minute. Hold on. Let me say it one more time. Let me say it. Good morning. Good morning. Hey, y'all. Good morning. Y'all know what today is. Y'all know what today is. Y'all know what today is. That's what we're going to do. We're going to do it this morning. How you doing this morning? Hey, I'm waving to you all. Hey, Queen Tamara. Good morning. Said, love the fit. You're looking good this morning. Thank you. She said I look good. Hey, Spicy Girl. Spicy Gal. She said, good morning, Titan and everyone. Good morning. Hey, D Holly. D Holly said, good morning. I love all those O's and R's and INGs. Wait a minute. Hold on. What was that? Maybe I need to take a sip real quick. Hold on. There it is. There it is, y'all. Good morning. You see how that cleared me up real quick? You see how it cleared me up real quick? Good morning. Hey, Mimi, good morning. D Holly said, love the whole look. Indeed. Thank you. I thought I'd do a little something this morning for y'all. We're gonna talk about it this morning, be about it this morning. Y'all come on in. Hey, TikTok. Tippity tip, 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 tap, tap the middle of that screen. Let me know that y'all are in. Hey, Queen Petty, good morning. She said, GM love, good morning. Look, y'all, go on in and tippity tap, tap the middle of that screen. Let me know. I got a goal of 300. I got some sparkles over there. Let me know y'all are in. Y'all can see this morning. I don't know what's happening. Hold on. Mm. Mm-hmm. Mm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Wait. There it is. All right. All right, now I can do it. I'm hoping my voice stay in. I don't know what's going on this morning. Thank you so much, Queen. Thank you so much. So TikTok, tippity tap, tap, tap the middle of that screen. Let me know that you are in. I have a goal with the sparkles, the festive sparkles. Go ahead and do that. Go on over to my TikTok shop and check out my Titan in the Morning mug. I got t-shirts over there. I got socks. I got candles. Go on over there. YouTube, Facebook, Insta, Podbean, X. I need y'all to show me some thumbs up, show me some hearts, show me some love, like, follow, share, do all of that good stuff this morning. Do all of that because y'all know how we do here in the morning. Queen said, no. Okay, wait. This. Okay. Let's see what we got. Wait a minute, hold on. It said, now you can. I got some products pinned. Yes. Okay. Hey, thank you so much, Queen, for the gifts and the roses and the festive. Thank you for all of that. Hey, y'all, good morning. Okay, I think I caught up with everybody. Okay, there we go. All right. Hey, good morning to you. Yes, indeed. Well, I decided to be a little festive this morning. You know, I don't know. I figured I'd come to y'all this morning. So I want to go ahead and talk about it and be about it this morning and let it be what it is, you know, and we can go ahead and get into it and then we can start this thing off. And then somebody said, stop playing. Who playing? Who playing? Who playing? What we playing on? What we playing on? Talk to me. Tell me what we playing on. But good morning to you. Good morning. All right. So today's topic, right, or today's thought process today is my story from AIDS to HIV to thriving, part one. So, y'all, I'm saying part one because it's going to be a 3-part. My story is not that long, but what I want to do is make sure that I tell you my story. I've been getting a lot of questions about my story and about, you know, my journey and what's going on. And so I just want to make sure that I express to you all what that is, number one. And number two, I want to be able to let you know through my eyes and my journey, education, thoughts, and all of those things. And then the last part to it, part 3, will be me thriving and going forward. Now, y'all, this is my plan for us to do it just like that. But you know how things happen. If things happen, you know, go that route. But this is my story from AIDS to HIV to thriving, right? I've been getting a lot of inboxes about my story, a lot of inboxes about who I am, what I am, a lot of inboxes about my journey. And so I just want to be transparent with you all and let you know what my journey is. We can do that this morning. We can start that off. Okay. Now, y'all go ahead and grab y'all cups because this is going to be a little intense. I may have to sip a little bit, right? Now, this is what I want to say to you all. This is me doing this. This is not somebody telling me that I must do this. This is me doing this so that I can be on the same page with you all. I know that I have a lot of people coming in that I don't know, that I'm just now meeting for the first time. And a lot of times they have questions about me and my status because I always talk about it. And so this kind of sparked a conversation. A lot of times people will tell you that disclosure is at your discretion. What's happening? What happened? Wait, am I clicking stuff? What's going on? I see people popping up. Hey, woman of a word. Okay, y'all. All right. So let me make sure I'm doing what I need to do. Okay. So I think that oh, so that's what I did, woman of word. So I'm over here trying like to let like click and make sure people I'm saying good morning and all this kind of stuff. I'm over here doing this on my own. I should have, hey, you know what I'm saying? You said, but you didn't have it. So I apologize, woman of a word. I hit that button by accident, I guess. I hit it by accident. I apologize for that. Okay, come through. I'm good with you listening. I'm good. Thank you for being here. So I'm going to talk about my journey and where I'm at and how um, this came about, right? And then what I'm actually doing with my life, right? The thriving part. And so, hey, Craig, good morning. He said, hey, love, good morning. Hey, good morning to you. Hey, Tanya, good morning. Hey, Daryl, good morning. I haven't seen you in a while. Good morning to you. Hey, Carl, good morning. Okay, like look, I haven't seen look, what's been going on. Like, y'all took a hiatus or something? Because I don't know. But yes, so here's my thought process, right? My story from AIDS to HIV to thriving, part one. Okay. That's what we're going to talk about today. So y'all come on in, y'all grab your cups, right? And while y'all are doing that, let's talk about this morning. What's in your cup and where you from this morning? What's in your cup and where you from, right? I want to go ahead and do that because we're going to have this conversation and I want us to be able to sip and talk about it. But what's in your cup and where are you from this morning? I'll start it off. So this morning, I have woman of the word said pieces in her cup in New York. Hey, woman of the word NY. Yes, good morning. Good morning. Yes, indeed. Look, y'all keep on coming in and keep on talking. Wait a minute, hold on. Yes, I got a good old hot cup of coffee. Got me a little caramel up in here. It's good this morning. It's good. It's already making me sniffle. See, this is it. Now, y'all, I'm gonna try to do this here. Unapologetically says T and from PA, Pennsylvania. Okay, come on, T. What kind of tea? Unapologetically, what kind of tea you got? Anything special, or you just like you some good old regular hot tea? Let me know. Let me know. Exactly. Yes, indeed. All welcome. Y'all come on in. TikTok, keep tippity tap in the middle of that screen. YouTube, Insta, Facebook, Podbean, all of y'all over there. Show me some thumbs up. Show me some hearts. Like, follow, share. Unapologetically said regular. Okay, I love some regular tea. Is it sweet or unsweetened, right? Lakeisha said coffee. Hello from Los Angeles. Hey, Los Angeles. Good morning. Good morning. I like that coffee. Now, Lakeisha, I'm going to ask you, what type of coffee you got? You got a little something extra in there? You got a little sweetness in there? Or is it just black coffee? Because they say that the black coffee is a good diuretic. So let me know what you got in there over there. Hey, D Holly. D Holly said, you know, Titan, Chicago, Illinois. I'm drinking black coffee this morning. Come on, black coffee. Unapologetically said no sugar. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. Lakita said dark roast and sugar. Come on, dark roast. I love coffee. I love it sweet. I love a good flavored coffee, unsweetened. I love a good mocha chocolate. I love all of those things, right? I love all of that. Come on, Chicago, Illinois over there. D Holly. Okay, y'all, where y'all at? Coco said rise mushroom coffee. Okay, Coco, that's what I'm talking about. So, Coco, is it like a energy coffee, or is it like a cleansing coffee? Like I don't think I've had mushroom coffee, right? The rise mushroom coffee. I don't think I've had that. Let me know. That's just me just being a little intuitive, right? I just want to know, like, well, I want to know. That's it, y'all. Come on in. Come on in, kid. We're going to take just a little time this morning. I want to know what's in your cup and where you're from. Now, y'all can go on over to my TikTok shop, right? And go on over and get you a nice little Titan in the Morning mug, right? And ain't nothing to it but to do it. Go on over there and get you one. Or just go on over there and browse my TikTok shop and see what you can get up over there. Yes, indeed. So those of you who are not on TikTok, I got that right there. I got it for you. Hold on a second. I'm going to send it over to you. Coco said it resets your gut and energy, but every day does it better. It has collagen in it. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. Reset my gut and my energy. I love that. I love that. I figured it had to do something because I was like, yeah, indeed, indeed. Let's see. David, you're from, okay, Las Vegas, LV, Las Vegas. What, baby, I love me a good old caramel frap. Wait a minute, where you get it from? Is it Starbucks? Did you get it from McDonald's? Like, where'd you get it from? Let me know. Spicy Gal said Colombian roast and sunny South Florida. Come on, sunny South Florida. Look, let me tell you, Spicy Gal, I love a good old Colombian roast. It's like dark and rich, and yeah, it got that flavor in it. I love it. I love it. Now look, you ain't have to say sunny South Florida because we over here in Texas, we got this little cold front that then came in from this rain yesterday. Now this cold front that came in, but I'm feeling good. You see, I'm feeling good, right? I'm ready for it. Yes. Hey, Viola, thank you so much for the follow. Y'all, thank you so much for the sharing. Thank you so much for all of what you're doing. Thank y'all so much. Keep on tap in the middle of that screen, TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, Insta. Y'all show me some thumbs up, show me some hearts, like, follow, share. Y'all tell a friend to come on in and kick your shoes off and have a good moment. Yeah, I'm taking a little moment this morning. I'm unapologetically. Thank you for the FYP. Yes, indeed. Hold on. Now look, Black, now look. Don't be coming in here with that mess this morning. That is not a slurp. That is how we sip here at Titan in the Morning. Don't come in here with that mess. Now, come on with it. Come on with it. We good. We know what it is. We know what it may sound like, what it may look like, what it may feel like, but we know that it's a sip because everything is big in Texas unless you've been to Alaska. Okay? Unless you've been to Alaska. So come on in this morning. All right, y'all. We're going to go ahead on and get started. I'm glad that y'all are in. I see y'all are in and y'all are doing what you do, and I love y'all for it, and I appreciate it. So this morning, my topic is my story from AIDS to HIV to thriving, part 1, right? Hey, Levette, good morning, part 1. So I want to start with my actual story. A lot of times people say that they know my story because I talk about it, right? And in these spaces and places that I'm in, I'm always advocating and I'm always letting people know, being transparent. But here in the last couple of months, in particular, the last couple of months, I've been getting all of these questions about my story, my journey, right? So I always tell everyone that I am a Black gay man who is HIV positive, right? I am celebrating 19 years and I'm thriving in my diagnosis. That's sort of the base of it, right? And so everybody will say to me, well, Titan, that's good and all, but what do you mean that you are a Black gay man who is HIV positive? And why are you celebrating the 19 years? And y'all, I can't make this stuff up because in my inbox, I'm having people asking me about that. Hey, good morning, Boogie's Balling. Good morning. People are asking me about my journey and my story. Now, here's the thing, y'all. When I made the choice to be open and honest and out with who I am and what I am and the things that are going on in my life, I understood that it would come with some questions. I understood it would come with some inquisitiveness. I understood that you would want to check me on my story and my journey. I have no problem with that because my story has not changed. For the 19 years, it's been the same. The only difference is for this last 5 years, I have been really in the forefront, right? In my community doing things. And so that's why this story has been so prevalent, right? Now, y'all, I could just sit back and not do anything and not say anything. I could, but that's not my ministry. right? This is my ministry. This is my purpose. This is what I am here for. So I want to answer the questions that were put into my inbox, but I also want to give some knowledge and understanding around AIDS and HIV in this process. So that's why I said this morning, my story from AIDS to HIV to thriving. 3 parts. The first part is the AIDS part, right? Right? The second part is the HIV part. The third part will be my thriving. Now, I set it up that way, and I'm hoping that you all stay in. And I think it's going to be today, which is Thursday. It'll be next Tuesday, right? We know that Christmas is Wednesday, but Thursday I'll be back, and that'll be the ending, well, the last part to this 3-part piece, right? And the reason I want to do this is because I think it's so essential to life for you to be able to be okay with your story if this is what you want to do, but you want to be able to control the narrative, right? I know what my story is. I don't have to make up any falsies. I don't have to tell you any lies or anything like that, but I want to control the narrative of where this is going, right? And can it help? Because sometimes when we tell our stories, sometimes when we are out here and we're advocating, we can say some things that can be damaging, that can be harmful, right, to our community and to ourselves. And so I don't ever want to do that to my community. Y'all with me this morning? That's the reason why. And so I always tell people all the time that when I'm over here barking, like I say, this is what I do. When I'm over here advocating, when I'm over here making sure that y'all got it. Hey, Boogie's Boiling, thank you so much. Me and you must never part. Look, don't be. No, thank you so much. But when I'm out here and I'm advocating, I'm being real with you. I'm being real with you. I'm going to tell you exactly what it is. I'm going to let you know exactly what it is. And that's my choice, right? That's my choice. Because I could be back there in the background. I could be in the mezzanine, in the nosebleed and not say nothing, right? But I don't believe that that's my purpose. I don't believe that that's my purpose, okay? I don't believe that that is my purpose. Look, wait, what are we doing? Okay, I'll send it. Thank you so much, Boogie's Boiling. All right, y'all. So here's my story, right? So my story is that I was diagnosed with AIDS 19 years ago in 2005, right? And so I want to tell you about the diagnosis, and I want to tell you what kind of set me on this path. But I also want to be real with you. Thank you so much. Hey, I also want to be real with you about the journey. Was it good? Was it great? Did it feel good? Did it have problems? I want to be real with you about that. And that's where we're going to start. Okay. So let me start with who I am. My name is Titan Capri, right? I'm a Black gay man who is HIV positive. And I always tell you that I'm celebrating 19 years this year. Y'all with me? Okay. I got the question, well, why are you celebrating 19 years? Why do you celebrate AIDS and HIV? Why do you celebrate these things? Y'all, because I made it. When I was diagnosed, right, with AIDS, I only had 4 T cells. So basically, I was at an AIDS diagnosis, and I'm going to go into HIV and AIDS, the difference and what it takes for that to be. Boogie's Ballin said, you don't have to keep saying thank you, Papio ish, and I will keep blessing this way. Thank you so much, right? Thank you so much. Look, I said it again, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean. So I said, I didn't know if I was going to live or if I was going to die. I thought that I was going to die. I truly thought that that was my end all be all, because everything that I had done up until that time, right? Everything I had done was to make sure that I stayed away from AIDS, because AIDS was devastating us, our communities, our homes, our lives, our families. It was devastating us, right? People were dropping like flies. Like it was really something to witness, in the sense of we didn't know what we could do. We didn't know if we were going to be able to get past this, because our family members, our friends, our loved ones, everybody was dropping like flies, right? One moment they was here, the next month they were gone. I went to so many candlelight vigils, so many memorials, so many funerals, so many. I didn't understand like what it was. So I tried my best to stay away from all of that. I tried to be abstinent. I tried to make sure that I had no dealings with that. But y'all, I was young and I wanted things. And then a lot of times what happened is that I couldn't be my true authentic self. So I hid a lot. Now look, let me say this. Let me put this out there. Let me put this out there. This is my story, right? I'm not saying that everybody does this. I'm not saying that everybody did this. I'm telling you my story. I just want to make that clear, because a lot of times what happens on this internet, on this golden internet, is that people will take it and twist it and say Titan said that everybody. No, this is not everybody. This is my story. My story, the way I saw things at that time. Okay. And so I want to make sure that I'm clear with that, right? I want to make sure that I'm clear. D. Holly said, I have two friends that told me they had it, but I never asked them a lot of questions. I learned a lot from you and appreciate you, Titan. Thank you so much. And y'all, sometimes we want to tell people, but with all of the stigma, all of the trauma, all of the hurt and the shame, we can't come forward. We can't be, right? We can't be who we are. So just think about it, right? I tell you that I'm a Black gay man. Number one, I'm Black. I already got these things on. And I'm not saying, y'all, look, I'm not saying that because I'm Black, I'm this, I'm that. I'm saying the reality of it is I live in a world to where my skin color matters. And 9 times out of 10, it doesn't matter in a good way, right? And that's what you grow up as. And you understand the culture, the dynamics of who you are. So I'm a Black man. Now I'm hiding who I am because I am not supposed to be gay. I'm not supposed to be on the spectrum. You've heard people say it, the alphabet community and all of these things. I'm not supposed to be on that. I've been called everything but my name because I was different, right? Different meaning that I wasn't different in a good way. I was different in a bad way, right? Y'all with me this morning? Yes, that's how we're going to tackle this morning. So I'm going to be real and transparent with you because I have no qualms about that, right? This is my life and I have to live it, but I've been through some things. So I don't want anybody that I'm talking to this morning that hears this, sees this, feels this, says, hey, I can't be. You can, but our circumstances are different, right? Hey, sweetie girl, good morning. Our circumstances are different. Thank you so much. A woman of a word. Give me the hearts and the claps. I love that. And so I really want to make sure that we are being straightforward with this. That's why I'm saying this is the first part 1, because I want to give you my story. I want to tell you what's going on. So in my life, right, growing up, it was not good for you to be different, especially different. Y'all saw that? Especially. Yes. Hey, Nate, thank you so much. These are the HIV ribbons. Yes, thank you so much. I love a good old bangle, good old hoop earring. So thank you so much. So it wasn't good for you to be that, y'all. And I didn't know that I was different. I didn't know that this is what I was. But people constantly wanted to tell me. People constantly wanted to let me know that I wasn't right. Something's wrong with that baby. He ain't right. Something ain't right. People constantly wanted to let me know, right? Because this very phobias, right, are in our community and they run rampant, right? And when I say community, I mean my Black gay community, my HIV community. It runs rampant, right? Again, this is my story. This is what I went through. So I want to let you all know that, right? And I don't miss no words because y'all know I'll sit down and I'll debate and do whatever it is I feel I need to do for me and my community. But I don't want this to be, hey, I'm coming at you. I'm trying to tell you that you wrong. No. This is my story. This is my story. And I'm going to sing my song. Hey, Ann said, good morning, my love. You look so beautiful this morning. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I feel beautiful. That's what I feel this morning. Okay. Exactly. Look, y'all. Look. We're going to make it happen. We're going to make it do what it do. We're going to make it be what it be this morning. Yes. Okay. All right. Hold on. Hold on. Okay. So, wait a minute, hold on. D. Holly said, "You're right, because my friend started crying and I told him I still love him just the same. I helped raise him when he was young and I had helped him a lot." And that's it. A lot of times, because of the shame, the guilt, because of the trauma, right, surrounding HIV or AIDS, because back then it was AIDS. So I'm going to say AIDS quite a bit this morning because I was diagnosed with AIDS. I wasn't diagnosed with HIV, right? So I just want to make sure that people understand that part, because a lot of times I'm saying AIDS to HIV because it was a journey coming from 4 T cells to get to HIV, right? But there's a lot of stigma around that, right? There's a lot of things going on that stem from that. 19 years ago is not the same as now. We still have issues and problems now, right, with HIV. We still have where people are still being given a diagnosis at a rapid rate. So we still have things that we have to do, and I'm gonna get into that. We still have things that we have to do, but 19 years ago, I didn't have any of what I have now, right? And that's going to go into my thriving part, but I didn't have any of that. So I thought, talking to someone yesterday, I said, huh. So I answer all of my inboxes, and in the inbox, they were like, well, you're an abomination, you're nasty, you're this is your punishment, all of these things. And how dare you celebrate? How dare you do this in front of the children? And all of these things. And I'm saying, y'all, we have this thing in this world to where we want to make you something that you're not. You want to make me the bad guy, right? You want to make, I'm not the bad guy. But let me tell you something. I got tired of trying to tell you that I wasn't the bad guy, right? I had a conversation about Wicked the other day, right? And we were talking about how this character, right, Elphaba, the Wicked Witch of the West, we were talking about how she became the bad guy just because of who she was. Who she was. Y'all, I didn't do anything to and this is not me trying to like get y'all to be on my side, but I didn't do anything to deserve this. This was something that happened. You know what I'm saying? And so you have to understand where you come from. But here's the thing. I'm human just like the next person. Hey, the king. The king said, good morning, positive king. Good morning. Good morning. A woman of her word said, question is why that person have children on social media. But you know what? Here's the thing. You cannot take your children away from anything in this world today. Everything is at your fingertips. You see it out and about. Everything is glorified, right? Everything is glorified. So there is nothing that you cannot do. But here's the thing. It's the villainous, it's the vindictiveness, it's the nastiness behind them saying protect the children. What are you protecting me? What are you protecting them from? What did I do? I just spoke my truth. You don't know how I became HIV positive. You don't know how I ended up here. You don't know anything about me, but because society tells you that I'm wrong because I'm HIV positive, or I'm wrong because I was diagnosed with AIDS, then we have the problem, right? Right. So I'm gonna speak my story, but I just want to I want to preface that because when I get these inboxes, sometimes I don't want to answer them, but there is a greater purpose in the things that I do, right? There's a greater purpose. And y'all believe me, if I wasn't at this point right now in my life to where I could answer them, I would not be answering them, right? But at this point in my life, for the last 4 to 5 years, I have been really making sure that I stand in my community and I'm solid, right? Now, don't get me wrong, I'm human. So things affect me the same way they affect you. But what I don't want to do, I don't want to mislead anybody. I don't want anybody to be out there in the ocean by themselves trying to swim and they don't even know how to stroke. You feel me? That's the thing that I don't want to have happen. And so when in my advocacy, I'm always advocating for you to be better educated, understanding, but also be human. Y'all, it's not going to be easy. Life is not meant to be easy. My grandmother used to always say anything worth having is worth working for. And if you're getting it at a 5-finger discount all the time, something is wrong somewhere. So you're going to have to go through some trials and some tribulations. You're going to have to do some things. You're going to have to get over some hills and some humps. You're going to have to go through some barriers. You're going to have to face your trauma head on, because in order for you to get to this next space, brave space, whatever it may be, you're going to have to understand what the fight is, what the battle is, right? And I had to pick and choose my battles, because people were telling me that I was evil and nasty and abomination and all of these things. But I was just trying to be who I thought God made me to be. So trauma started early. People putting their trauma onto me. So when I finally got somebody that I thought I could truly trust, that I thought I loved, because they were doing the things that I figured that love was supposed to be, even though it was wrong and it was against God, and the church had told me, and the pastor and the deacons had told me all of these things. I was like, oh, I found somebody. I finally found somebody, and this is great. So I trusted them, and they betrayed me. They betrayed my trust. I didn't ask for that. But they felt that that's what they needed to do in order to fulfill whatever it is they wanted to do. So imagine me finally letting my guard down and finally thinking that I found it, that I found it. I found somebody that would love me. Yeah, I thought I was hot. I thought I was hot. I came out the military. I thought I was popping. I had my little 3.5 pack. You know, my chest was sitting up. I was slim and trim. I was every bit of 185, 190 pounds. I thought, pop, 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 right? I thought I was over here snap, crackle, and popping. You know what I mean? And I was. I became that thing that people wanted. And y'all, I'm human. I wanted it. I wanted to be wanted. I wanted to be loved, right? I wanted to be that person. Give me 1 second. Woman of Word said, true, but don't blame you for telling your truth. Indeed. Hey, Mitt said, good morning. Good morning. Sweetie girl said, I feel you. Thank you so much. It's 15 people in this room. Let's keep tapping the screen. Let's love on Titan. Thank you so much, Boogie's Boiling. Thank you so much. Hey, Miss Nine. Thank you for the follow. When we play with sin, we do ask for repercussions. And you know, Denise, and here's the thing, and this is where I come in. I'm not angry or upset by Denise saying that, right? My thing is, in our culture, right? That's the sin. You heard me say that they said that was my punishment because it's against God, right? And so what sin am I playing with? What sin am I playing with? And here's the thing. Denise doesn't even know my full story. I haven't even got into the actual way that I became diagnosed with AIDS. But I am a Black gay man, right? Out here trying to love and live my life. But because I'm gay, I'm already a sinner. I'm already demonic. I'm already an abomination. That's what that means. And people will tell you, people will stand in your face and say they love you and speak the same thing that she just said. And this is nothing against her, because the way she feels is the way she feels, right? It's all about how I receive it and how I regurgitate it. And it does nothing for me. But back then, that's what I had all the time. They didn't even know me from a can of paint, but I was a sinner. I was an abomination. They didn't even know if I was doing anything, but they were telling me to stop doing what I'm doing. I thought that I'm just living my life and being who God made me to be. I'm living out here and doing the things, but society kept telling me that I was wrong. Every turn, I was wrong. Right? So what do I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do? What do I do? Those were the questions that I kept asking. Those were the questions that I kept saying, well, these over here, these people over here, these kids over here, they doing what they doing. Why when I come up, it's different for me? Right? Why am I everything? All of the words, yeah, because I don't want to get cut out. Yeah, I don't want to get striked on. But all of the words, and then mama's boy, you know those words that go along with mama's boy, right? All of that stuff. And sometimes, y'all, you don't realize how that affects someone's mental, emotional, and spiritual health. Not to mention physical. I had to fight all the time. So y'all see, I'm teeter-totting back and forth a little bit because I want you to understand where I'm at. Because those type of responses, those types of quotes, those type of statements, those type of nastiness, right? That you're speaking into existence, that was me every day. My own Black community. I didn't even know what gay was. I thought I was just being who I was. I was mocked. I was ridiculed, right? I was bullied. And you can ask my mama. My mama can tell you. Baby, up at that schoolhouse, because you know, back in the day, they used to call it schoolhouse. I was born in the 70s. Back in the day, they used to call it schoolhouse. Up at that schoolhouse, oh, I was a fighting fiend. One thing my mama taught me, y'all. One thing she taught me. You talk your ish over there. Don't you, look, baby, long as they don't touch you. When they touch you, all bets are off. And I took that literally. Okay. So here I am getting expelled. I'm trying to be at school. I can't walk around and be who I am because I'm built differently, right? I'm nasty, all of these things, right? And this is what you're telling a child. And y'all are saying, you know, not y'all, but you know what I mean, in a general sense. And you're saying, oh, protect them from the children. You are the villains in this. The children need protection from you because you're putting this in their minds and in their hearts and in their spirits to where they think that they are doing what they're supposed to be doing in this world, but it's against another human being that you don't even know how that human being got to this point. That's all I'm saying. And a lot of times we don't listen. Like D. Holly said earlier, she had to listen to her friend to understand what was going on. But y'all, in this world of masculinity, in this world of patriarchal slavery, right? It's always you are wrong. And in this world of you're going to be innocent until proven guilty, it is never that. You are always guilty. And then again, here I go having to prove my innocence when I didn't know that I had did anything. You understand what I'm saying? So I want to talk about that, right? On my journey to AIDS, these are the things that were happening. And then people want to give you a loaded pew pew. And then once you shoot yourself, then they say, oh, well, you should have known better. You loaded it and put it in my hand and told me the only way that I could be better was to use it. That's what you did. So of course I'm not talking to you. Of course I'm not saying anything. Of course now I don't want to go to church anymore because now I'm the sinner. I'm the abomination. Every time I walk into a room, it's oh, you know, all of that. I don't want to play with the kids no more because now all of a sudden, right? I'm some type of pedo. I'm some type of person. And I'm just living my life and doing the things that I'm doing. But you don't know what has happened to me to get me to this point. But even then, I swear up and down, y'all, I am a person. I will fight you tooth and nail. I don't want anything to ever happen to anybody that happened to me. I will bark. I will fight. I will flip out. I will do all of those things. And y'all know me, right? because I've been there and I've done that. But it is wrong for you to place on a child such a heavy burden when you don't even want to explain to them what's going on. How is it that a child doesn't get to be a child because you put all this on their shoulders? You've told them that their total existence is wrong. In a world where God is everything, you've told them God don't like you. That's not of God. It's in the Bible. You don't do that. In this world where God reigns supreme, you put on a child's head, shoulders, in their mind and in their very essence, that they should not be here. Imagine somebody telling you that you should be gone, that this life is not for you because you are an abomination. Imagine telling a child that. I don't get the same love. I don't get the same respect. I don't get the same understanding. For some reason, because I'm part of the LGBTQIA plus community, for some reason, because I'm a Black gay man who is HIV positive, I'm a superhero. I got an S on my chest. I can save everybody else, but I can't save myself because I'm not supposed to be here. I'm wrong. I'm nasty. I'm something other than human. Hold on, y'all. Claude said, sin for me is self-inflicted nonsense. I know right from wrong. I accept no negativity in my life, especially from a definition of others. And that part. Y'all, I didn't understand how powerful words were truly. We hear it all the time, that words are powerful. You don't understand how words cut like a knife. They will slice you to your very bone. And it takes a while. Sometimes it takes your whole lifetime for you to get healed or be healing from that. We are out here in this world trying to live our lives and trying to be who we are, and we can't do it because those bruises and the cuts, and they are still there. But we found a way to survive and to thrive in this life, even though you told me I shouldn't be here. Even though you said in my face, stop doing what you're doing. Well, what am I doing? I thought I was being a kid. I thought I was being in the choir on the young deacons board. I thought that I was going to vacation Bible school. I thought that I was learning my Bible. I knew scripture and all this. I thought I was doing what I was supposed to do. But even with me doing what I was supposed to do, and I was pretty much better than most people that was doing this, and I knew these things, I was wrong because I was different. I was ostracized because I was different. I'll never forget my grandmother asked me, why you don't want to go over here anymore? Why you don't want to go over there? But y'all, here's the kicker. I don't want to go over there anymore because I'm not safe mentally, emotionally, spiritually. And then let's not mention physically. But let me tell you something. That's one thing right there, y'all. I may look the way that I look like that, but I got hands and elbows. And my mama told me to pick up something and bust them to the white meat show. I don't have time to play with you like that. I used to let people just bully because I felt that I was wrong. Imagine me hating myself because people told me these things. Imagine. And then imagine me going places where I'm not wanted. Imagine me going places where they want to play games and try to hurt me. Imagine that. My church. The space that I thought was safe is for me, trying to harm me. Now, you're right. I'm not going back up over there. Why you always fighting? Because they tried me. I'm not doing that. Y'all caught me once. I slipped once. But I tell you, every other time after that, Oh, I was busting heads. I was breaking walls. I was rearranging furniture. What you're not going to do is that. But then here's the thing. When people believe that you are doing something to offend their very existence, they will go far and beyond to harm you and then blame it on the Bible and then say this is God's work. They will go through lengths. They will do things that is very vile and nasty, abomination. They will do all of those things and then come back and tell you that you're wrong because it's in the Bible. You are supposed to be able to take this. You are supposed to be able to get whooped and beat and all of these things like that. Like I said, you caught me the first time, but after that, I was done. My mama said, baby, and I put my right hand up. My mama said, long as they talking over there, long as they don't touch you. When they touch you, you feel me? And this has been my word for born, baby, for millennia, till the day I'm gone. My mama said, and I want y'all to know, my mama said, because I'm pretty sure she can hear this, right? She gonna see this. My mama said, if they touch you, all bets are off. And if you feel like this is something that you can't win, that you're not gonna do, then you pick up something and bust their head open until the white meat show. Period. And y'all, that's a little graphic, right? It's a little graphic, but y'all, that's what I was in. People felt that they could harm me just because of who I was. And in reality, y'all, I didn't even know who I was at the time. But I know that I was different because everybody told me. Everybody told me. D. Holly said, not to mention, I believe they made and manufactured it to attack certain people. So, ooh, D, we're going to get into that right there, baby. We're going to get into that. Okay. I just making sure here. Spicy Gal said, folks, there's no levels to sin. Sin is sin. People who were born in sin have a sinful nature. Indeed. But I don't know that. So, and this is something too, and I'm glad that y'all are having this conversation in the comments, right? I don't think that it has to be that. What we've done is we've weaponized sin, right? That's what we've done. There are thousands of things in the Bible that are sin, right? That's sin, right? And so what we've done is we've weaponized what sin is. And we're saying, and this is me, again, here we go. This is me saying, wait, so y'all know I always say that I don't believe that you were put on this earth to be a doormat. So I don't believe that you were inherently a sinner, right? I don't believe that. I believe that we all have our own purpose and our own lives, right? We all cannot be the same. So inherently, I can't be a sinner just because you say it's so. I can't be a sinner just because I'm living my life. You feel me? Sinner is in the eye of the beholder. But you want to pick that out. And you want to say that I'm a sin. And that's what led me down this road this morning. Because people will tell you that. Claude said, oppressive definitions often come from the oppressed. Pooh. Okay, Claude, tell them. D. Holly said, yes, our people got that real bad. And it's so sickening to me. Exactly. It is sickening. Pulpit people sin every day, just like the world. Indeed. Boogie's Boiler said, Jesus still loves you. Just repent for your attacks and lack of agape love. Indeed. Okay. Unapologetically said, deep in the Lord. Ha ha ha. Okay. Mary Lee said, you look very nice. Thank you so much, Mary Lee. I appreciate you. Okay. Okay. Look, y'all. I appreciate y'all. I don't have any qualms with that. This is all good conversation here. And I appreciate it. And I do appreciate it, right? Let's see what we have. Denise Carter, I got 100 says that breaking laws, but grateful for the same covering. Come on. Come on, that part. Books Boylan said, hiding under New Testament love while invoking Leviticus, living in the same. Woman of a word said, I got my tea and listening. Okay. Okay. Books Boylan said, but be ye healed, because the sick, one-sided mind you operate from can be healed. Books Boylan, you know what? Look, y'all, I appreciate it. Okay. Woman of Word said, not one is perfect. Okay. Danny said, and the Black church is not teaching us to love ourselves or our identities because they don't know. And you know what, Danny, I'm going to say this because I don't believe that they don't know. I believe that we would rather hide behind something than to confront the truth. That's what I believe. I don't believe that you don't know, because even babies know. Babies know when they do wrong. If you have taught them, now here's the part, catch the key word, taught. If you have taught them that that's inherently wrong, they are going to know that. They're going to know that, right? If you are teaching them that they are a sin, then they are going to know what that sin is. But y'all, who says what a sin is? Now, if that's the case in point, but y'all, I got to say this because this has always baffled me. How did you get to this earth? How did you get here? In somebody's eyes, you may be a sin. But you don't have to carry that burden. But I got here the same way that you got here, but I have to carry the burden. Remember, my very color of my skin is a sin. My very nature, I was 3/5 of a person. My very nature was against the law. Slavery, racism. But you're going to oppress me because you're oppressed. I don't think that we understand how this works. I'm not worried about you. I'm worried about me. How many times has someone in my community, my Black and brown, my LGBTQIA plus community, my HIV positive community, how many of us have wondered, why are we here? What are we here for? If we are such an abomination and nasty and vile, what are we here for? Am I not God's child the same way that you are? Did I not come here knowing what I know? How did you know you were heterosexual? Somebody told you. How did you know you were homosexual? Somebody told you. They labeled you. But heterosexuals can be born, but homosexuals can be not. And it's not even that. It's the word. We are energy. We are spirit. If we come from the higher power, if we come from one space and place, if we come from God, if we are made in the image, but y'all get me though, right? So you can have the flowers, the birds, the trees. You can have frogs and lizards and snakes and whales. And you can have monkeys and orangutans and crabs and all of these things. They are all gifts from God. But I'm not a gift from God. I'm not made in his image. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. You already know my life. You already know my journey before I was even a twinkle in somebody's eye. But I can't come from you. I can't be your child, as if you didn't know I was already going to do the things that I'm doing. Whew. Hold on, y'all. Wait, where am I at? Oh, okay. Hey, Lynn. Good morning. Look, y'all. Good morning. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. I didn't got a little warm over here. Hey, good morning to you. That's right. Always defend yourself, Titan, and will and do. They always spew hate in the name of God. Shaking my head, and that's always it, y'all. What happens is we go and we take something and we throw it into the ecosystem, and we watch it tear stuff up, and then we blame the ecosystem because we tossed it in. Y'all feel me on that? I have watched people say that they do not want to be here anymore because they have been told that they are wrong and they are nasty, they're an abomination. I have watched people go and unalive themselves because we are saying to them that you are not warranted. You are not a part of the special. You are not anointed in this because it's against this and it's against that. And you should be. We have watched kids, teenagers, be put out of their homes by their own parents. But the parents want to blame us for showing them love. I'm in the community and I'm always uplifting my community, helping and pushing and advocating. Because a lot of my community doesn't have their parents. Their parents have put them out. How are you putting somebody out of a home at the age of 13, 14, and 15? How are you inviting predators into your home? And when your child tries to tell you that this is what it is, instead of you believing them, you want to shut them up because you have trauma, hurt, shame, and guilt. You want to hide behind, and you want to pray, and you want to pray, and you want to pray. Y'all, I want you to know how many times I prayed for the gay to go away. How many times I prayed for people to stop hating me. How many times I prayed for me to just be the child of God that I know that I am. How many times? And y'all, we can argue this till the cows come home. So it's after 9. Let me go ahead and get into this here, y'all. Y'all comments are so good today. This is why I said part 1, because yeah, whew. Okay. Deanna said, God don't need them. God don't need their help to do nothing to nobody. God loves everybody. I don't understand why they think they need to hurt others in the name of God. Baby, and that has been since the dawn of time. Claude says sin means to miss the mark, right? We have all missed the mark. We get up, make adjustments, and continue to live. You are right. It has become a weapon. Indeed. And it has become a weapon since I can remember. Y'all, I'm 53 years old. It has been a weapon since before I was born. It has been that. Claude said, what is repentance according to others? And Claude, baby, let me tell you, Claude, you already know. Like, I don't get into that with anybody because I used to argue this all the time. But and I said, wait a minute. My spirit said, Titan. I said, that's not your ministry. That is not your ministry. I know scripture. I know I'm educated. I understand. I get it. And even if I wasn't educated, that's not my ministry. My ministry is to be me. My ministry is to bring the noise. My ministry is to stand up and be accounted for. That's my ministry. That's why I do what I do. That's why Titan in the Morning exists. That's why the Titan Capri experience exists, because I know my purpose. But y'all, I'm not going to argue my existence. That's baby, that argument is null and void. I'm not arguing my existence. I know what my existence is. But also, in this aspect, I'm not going to let you get over here and skate on by. I'm not going to let you come in here and pop off and do the things that you do, and we're not going to have some education and understanding around that. That's not how that works. You feel me? Claude said, assimilation can be crippling. We adopted the religion of our oppressors and weaponized it. That's it. The religion was used against us in the beginning to get us to do all types of things. Slavery. Right? There is so much going on with that. But I want to get back to this, y'all, because I told my moms this morning, I said, I hope that the first part go the way that I want it to go. But y'all, it's always the questions and things. And I love the feedback and things like that. D. Holly said, right, Titan. Hey, Chatty. Chatty said, good morning. Love the outfit today. I know I was doing a little something this morning. Thank you so much, Chatty. Thank you so much. Percolator said, good morning, preciousness. Love you all more than before. But that's mine, and already got the lawyer and bail money, because if God allowed him to live, he is no mistake than if he is mine. Indeed, that part right there, y'all, that's my mama. Say hi to my mama. Okay, mama, because baby, look, let me tell you. Claude said, people refuse to see the heart because they stay in other people's bedrooms. And here's my thing, right? I don't have time for that. Look, I don't want to know what you're doing over there, right? What your kink is and all of this kind of stuff. But here's the thing. There's a negative connotation about what goes on in my bedroom. You don't do the same thing? You don't like to be touched, felt, understood, cuddled, spooned? You don't like those things? Yeah. D. Holly said, Percolator, good morning, mama. You so right about all of that. Indeed. Claude said, teach this. Okay. Chatty said that part. Okay. Claude said, I got up off my knees, looked God in the face, and had that conversation. God said I was exactly as I was created. And that's the part. That's the thing that I have. So this is why I do the advocacy that I do, right? This is why I'm always at the table and I'm advocating for those that can't advocate for themselves, but I'm advocating for myself. I'm advocating for that 11-year-old that was taken into the taken into the pastor's office and told to stop doing what you're doing. I'm advocating for that 13, 14-year-old that had been approached by grown men 30 and 40 years old, trying to get him to go back behind somewhere or do things. I am advocating for those people in my community that tell their children that they are no longer welcome in this house because they are of the community, the LGBTQIA plus community. That's why I advocate. Y'all, that's why I say all the time that I'm a Black gay man who is HIV positive, celebrating 19 years, thriving in my diagnosis. I don't do it. I'm intentional about that. Because what we want to do, we want to sugarcoat it. We want to put a veil over it. And we want to say, oh, we are so good. La, 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 la. And there is chaos and destruction in your home and in your life. There is trauma running amok in this world. And y'all, we are wrong. We are wrong for putting all of that on a child's head, shoulders. We are wrong for putting that on their back. We are wrong for not understanding that that's a child. And then we are wrong for weaponizing my LGBTQIA plus community to be a pedo, to be nasty, a vile, to be an abomination. We are wrong for that. But y'all see the circle? That's been the circle of life for so many people out there. For so many. And y'all, I want to say this. I'm going to get out of here. I know it's just part one. Y'all come back for me on Tuesday of next week and then Thursday the 26th after Christmas. But I I got to be clear, right? We are still losing people. We are still losing great minds and energies and spirits because our understanding is damaged beyond repair. I just said to you that this has been happening. I've been on this earth 53 years and I've seen some things that should have never happened, some things that should have never been. But this world is the way that it is. And I'm trying to live my life. I'm trying to be who I think I'm supposed to be. But I couldn't do that because the masses told me that I was wrong. Claude said, love that. My ministry is to be me. Indeed, Claude, that all day long, every day. Percolator said, love you, Miss D. Holly. Thanks for you loving mine. She said, thank you for loving me, D. Holly. Indeed, right? You absolutely deserve everything good that this life has to offer. I love you, Titan. Thank you so much, Spicy Gal. Thank you so much. Okay, Boogie's Baller said, okay, a woman of a word, not a one. So say the Lord. Indeed. Come through. Tina Brown said, you look nice. Hey, Tina. Good morning. Spicy Girl said, yes. Spicy Gal says, sickening and nerve-wracking. Come on. Look, let me do. Queen said, preach. Love you, brother. For real, for real. Indeed. Indeed, Queen. Thank you so much. And Woman of a Word said, for real, for real. Sweetie Girl said, I feel you. Debo said, your energy solid, homie. I see you live often. Thank you so much, Debo. Thank you for being in. Crab Nation said, who's to blame? Judgments come from everyone. Do we blame stupidity or the weakness? And you know what, Crab Nation? I don't even know if it's stupidity or weakness, right? Because y'all, we believe what we believe. Some of us are born into this bubble, and all we know is this bubble. It's not until you get out in the world and see people in different cultures that you really know that you are not the end all be all, that your world, right? And that's why I think it's so important for people to get out and live and be, right? And do, okay? KB said, that's a lie from hell. What's the lie from hell, KB? I probably missed it. It's so many comments going. Low Key said, good morning, Titan. Hey, Low Key. Hey, fam. Hey, wait a minute. Hey, grandchild. Yeah, down there. Yes. Hey, my grandson. Hey, good morning. Good morning. Sweetie Girl said, hi, mommy. Hi, mama. Thank you for your son. We love him. Oh, thank y'all so much. So I said my story from AIDS to HIV to thrive in part 1, y'all. So I want to say this this morning before I get out of here. A lot of things drove me to wanting to be a part of society, to be loved, to be thankful, right? A lot of things, sometimes we are in this world and we are not equipped to fight the things that this world will bring up on us, right? And sometimes we don't know what that is, right? And so when I was diagnosed in 2005, I wasn't diagnosed with HIV. I was diagnosed with AIDS because I only had 4 T cells. I had no idea, right, what had happened. I had no idea what was going on, but I knew that I was sick. I knew that I was having night sweats. I knew that I was losing weight. I knew that things were changing, but because I'm a Black gay man, I didn't want to go to the doctor because I didn't want to, let my family down and stuff like that. But my body, my mind, everything was changing. Everything was changing right before my face. I couldn't hide it. I couldn't hide it. I went to the doctor I went to the doctor in November 2004, and the doctor said something was wrong with my blood, right? But I didn't take a test. I don't think they took one because nothing came back. They gave me some iron pills, something like that, trying to tell me that this was going on. And I was like, oh, what? But around February, March timeframe of the following 2005, I started having night sweats. I mean, soaking my bed, my sheets, and my blanket. Like things changed. And I didn't understand what was going on. And because of the culture that I've lived in for so long, I didn't want to go to the doctor. I didn't want the doctor to tell me what everybody had already told me. I didn't want the doctor to tell me that this was my punishment. I didn't want the people in there to look at me different, to not want to touch me or be around me. I knew what it was. Well, I had a thought about what it was. I went in the hospital. So I started having issues, fainting, um, not being able to get up, um, not eating a lot. I lost some 60 plus pounds. I I became real dark, like my skin color. Um, I became ashy. My bones were aching. It was cold and I was sweating like crazy. It was hot and I had chills. Like it was so crazy. And when I look back on it, I know that things were wrong. I knew something was wrong. But y'all, I pretended. I had lost that weight. I was back down to a 30 size waist, 30, 32. I was wearing my shirts and carrying my briefcase. I was trying to work and trying to do all of these things and trying not to let anybody know that I was affected by it. But people kept saying, Titan, you okay? You all right? You all right? Oh, yeah, I'm good. I'm good. Barely making it. I was so tired. I was zapped of energy. And it wasn't until I was rushed to the emergency room. They ushered me in. I was working off of 59 and Westland. They rushed me over, took me in, and put me on the AIDS floor. I'll never forget that. The way people had on masks, the way they had on PPE gear, the way that you don't know what's going on. You don't know what's happening. And everything is moving 100 miles a minute. And you say to yourself, you know what? Y'all were right. Y'all were right. God is angry with me, mad with me. So there should be no prayer. Let it happen. Right? Let it happen. I was in the hospital twice. They released me the first time. Well, no, let me back up. I went to the hospital emergency room because I had other issues, which I didn't know that it was that issue. Stayed in there like 12 hours. This is before my diagnosis. Hold on, let me back up. Stayed in there 12 hours, like overnight, right? They said everything was okay. They didn't see anything. But they did say that something was going on. So then they asked me about taking a AIDS test. And I said, yeah, well, I'm guessing so. I have to, do that. So I get out the hospital the first time, and I really wasn't in there, but it was like a day or two because I don't know if it was pneumonia. or what it was right at the time. I'm gonna go back and look at my, because they were so close apart. So I went in this time. I went back in because I couldn't keep anything down. I was sick and all of this stuff like that. So around this time, my results came back, right? And so I go to, hold on. In between the time, me and my mom go to the clinic because they had me do a follow-up at the clinic. So I go to the clinic and the guy says to me, well, not the guy, go in. They didn't did 3 tests, right? 3 tests. And so back then it was like probably 2 weeks, I think. And so y'all, this is where, and I don't want y'all to think that I'm confused about this part of my story, but this is where my diagnosis, I chose a day for my actual diagnosis, right? Because I chose May 5th of 2005 because I was in the hospital before. I got out, I had a follow-up, and at this follow-up, the doctor came in and said, you have AIDS, and walked out of the room, right? I don't consider that my diagnosis because there was nothing told to me. It was nothing about you need help. There's nothing about what do you do, things like that. Me and my mother looked at each other and was like, wait, so what happens? You know what I'm saying? Like, what's next, right? So then after that, I get sick again. And this time I'm rushed to the emergency room. I get into the hospital. Now I'm in now because now it comes back that I only had 4 T cells. So here's where me saying that this is my diagnosis date, right? I only had 4 T cells. I had lost all the weight. I had tubes running in and out of me. They were thinking that something was going on with me. I started having seizures, and they thinking it was neurological, and it was all this stuff going on, and I really didn't understand. I didn't know. My doctor was not a doctor of color, right? But the doctor kept telling me at the time, well, da 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 da. So they contacted a specialist, right? An infectious disease specialist, and I just had the opportunity just a couple of days, well, last week, to say thank you to the doctor that I believe that saved my life, right? Dr. Gaff here in Houston, Texas, right? He is an infectious disease doctor. He was on the cusp of everything. I didn't know that I was going to live. I didn't know that life was my destiny. What I knew, right? What I knew is that death was at my door and I wasn't going to fight it. I knew that it was my punishment because that's what the world had told me. That's what society had told me. I knew that I was an abomination and this was my punishment. I knew all of those things. Laying there in that hospital bed, watching people come in and look at me and visit me, and the look on their face, the looks on their face said death. Me and my mother was sitting like we normally do, sharing the food. Because y'all know how it is with hospital food. Y'all know, I don't know what it is about that pudding, but that pudding is the most, baby, we was ordering 2 full things of pudding and sharing it between us, and we were talking and stuff like that. And I started having seizures. I was supposed to be released that day. I started having seizures. And again, remember the other doctor said it was something neurological, right? I started having seizures. And at this time, I was supposed to go and see the doctor, the specialist, right? But I started having seizures at that time. And so my mama said, quit playing, stop playing. And I said, playing? I'm not playing. Like, I don't, but I'm thinking I'm talking to her and I'm not. She's saying that I couldn't be understood. My body was contorted. My face like kind of froze, right? And then I remember having seizures from like 11-ish, probably until like about 1. But I remember closing my eyes and I remember saying, just let me go to sleep and not wake up because I've let everybody down, right? Those people told me that this was going to happen and I proved them right, right? They told me this was my punishment. They told me it was against God. So now I don't want to live anymore. I don't want to do this. Now is my time. So let me go, right? She said to me that I was talking I was having these seizures. These seizures were coming in waves and they kept coming and kept coming, right? I don't remember too much, but what I do remember is that I'm praying, right? It's dark. It's dark in this. And y'all picture this in your mind if you can with me. It's dark. And I'm asking, God, just let me go to sleep. Just let me go to sleep. I don't want to do this no more. I'm hurting. My body is aching. I can't keep any food down. I'm losing weight. They have to feed me. They're coming in, checking my arterial blood, and they're doing all of these things. And I'm taking this medication, and the medication won't stay down. And y'all, I've let down my family. I've hurt them. I can see it on their faces. They're crying. They're hurt. Let me go. Just let me end it. Like, stop. I don't want to do this no more. Everything that they ever told me since I was a child is true, right? It's true. I did this. You're punishing me for this. So just let me go. And in those moments, out of the darkness, y'all, I'm an artist and I'm sensitive about my ish. But anyway, out of the darkness comes a hand, just like this, huge. I mean, so big that it just wipes out the darkness. This is all I can see, right? And the voice said to me, stop. And so I'm thinking here, what you mean? Stop in the name of look, look, I ain't got time for this. Look, my journey is ending. Don't come to me with this kind of stuff. And it said, stop. Stop. I'm not done. Wait, no, you're not done yet. You still have work to do. I decide when it's your time. The hand goes back, the darkness comes back, and I slowly wake up. And at the end of my bed is Dr. Gath. He taps me on the foot and said, there you go. You're going to be all right. Y'all, I open my eyes. I'm foggy. I don't really know what's happening. My mama is crying. The people are going. The nurses are like all around. And like, I'm thinking, is this heaven? Like, am I gone? And then I turn and look at the faces of my family members. And I knew something had happened, right? Dr. Gaff walked out of the room. I went back to sleep. When I woke up, I saw the tubes. I had a central in my chest. They were feeding me because I couldn't keep anything down. I had a bag on my side. Ooh. I still wasn't convinced that I was supposed to be here, right? But death was not my diagnosis. It was not. So May 5th, 2005, I say that's the day that I was diagnosed with AIDS, because that was the official. Dr. Gath came in, told me all of what was going to happen, what we were going to go through, and then said to me, though, right? The only way that we give up on you is you give up on yourself. I met somebody that was already at that time 18 years positive. I go through all of that. And so now I'm thinking, I got to tell him because I done something wrong. Y'all, I'm in a hospital bed. I'm thinking about him, right? Not my own life, not me trying to recover. I'm thinking about him because now I've done something. I've wronged somebody else in the nastiness that I've done, in the abomination that I am. I've wronged somebody else. So I'm thinking about him. I still had some days left, a week left in the hospital. But I'm thinking in my mind, I done something to somebody else. If this happened to me, how long has it been? I, I've only been with one person. I was with them. So this had to have been something that was with me already in 2004, right? For it to manifest itself in 2005 so quickly, right? That's what the doctors are saying. That's what the nurses are saying. They're saying that it's probably been about a year, incubation, all of these things. And I don't know about these things, right? But this is what I'm hearing, looking at my chart and all of this stuff. And so I'm thinking, oh, I've harmed somebody else, right? Okay, Lord. So I got to get well because I got to go over and I got to talk to them. And I have to be real with them because I almost died, right? From this thing. But I'm in a hospital with tubes running in and out of me, a bag on my side. And still in that moment, I wasn't caring about me. Society told me that I wasn't to care about me. I had to care about what I was doing to everybody else. You want people to love you just for who you are. You want people to speak your name for you being good and great. You don't want people to hate you for just being you. Whew. I'm going to end this here because in part 2, I want to tell you about me getting out the hospital, my journey to HIV, and I remember questioning God on why I wasn't done. I remember questioning what is my purpose? Because I don't know. I trust you, but I believe that I shouldn't be here because that's what I have been told for so long. Five, 2005. That's the date that I say that's my diagnosis date. I know you're probably saying Cinco de Mayo. Yeah, because I love a good margarita. But no, that was the day that it was clear to me where I was and what my diagnosis was. That was the date that Dr. Gaff said to me, this is where you're at, and made it clear about the journey that I had ahead. That's when Dr. Gaff told me that I'm going to be okay. And I know y'all are probably saying, well, Titan, that really wasn't your diagnosis date. But let me say this, and let me say it this way, because I want you to understand where I'm at. That Caucasian doctor that dismissed me, that just came in and said that you have AIDS and walked out, didn't give me anything. So I refuse to let that be my diagnosis date. I refuse in this work that I'm doing as an advocate to let you be diagnosed in a way that's not conducive to good and great and love. I don't believe that. So yes, 5/5/2005 is my official diagnosis date. Years, it's been since 2005, so 19 years. I'm not going to miss that. However, I chose 5/5 because that was the date that it was clear to me of what I am. Now, not clear as in it solved everything, right? But clear in the sense of I understood a little bit more about how I got here. You with me? How I became an AIDS how an AIDS diagnosis was given. What did that mean? What? I don't know. This is new. Am I dying? Because everybody that I know that had AIDS died. At least a great, amount of people that I knew died. Right? So that's the reason why 5/5/2005 is my diagnosis date, right? It will always be, it will be that. Dr. Gaff gave me life or meaning 5/5/2005. This is just the beginning of the journey, y'all. I'm gonna come back for part 2, and then we're gonna do that. Spicy Gal said, I still question him some days, Titan. 28 years later, I know I am loved and to show God's love to all. And you know what, Spicy Gal, there's nothing wrong with that. And congratulations on, you said 5/12/1998. Come through, Spicy Gal. Look, we're going to give you some snaps and claps. Indeed, come on, 28 years. Come on, 28 years. Yes, indeed. Unapologetically, 23 years. Okay. Congratulations on that, y'all. Congratulations on that. And thank you all for being transparent and offering that. We need more of that. A lot of times we question things, right? And I want to say this to you, Spicy Gal, and anybody else that is going through or living or thriving in your diagnosis, right? We will question things. We will say things like that, but you're still here. I tell people all the time, I'm still here. I got work to do. What? I'm going to come on here and I'm going to pop my ish and do what I do. But that doesn't take away the fact that I was questioning everything. I was on my way out this door and I was willing to relinquish my life because I felt it needed to be done. 19 years ago, y'all, 19 years ago. Death was not my diagnosis. Not my diagnosis. Being an abomination is not my diagnosis. HIV is not me, although I am living with it and thriving with it. I had to take back control because everything, the trauma, the hurt, the shame, the guilt bubbled up during that time. And I led myself down a road to believe that I should no longer be here. And I want to say to you this morning, and thank you all for sharing your years and your diagnosis with me. I want to say to you this morning, in my story from AIDS to HIV to thriving, there is a journey. And what I had to do was dissect that journey, put it into parts so that I could understand, how I'm supposed to be here, so that I can understand this is my ministry, so I can understand this is my purpose. This is why I advocate the way that I do. Because y'all are hearing this story, but it was nasty. It was ugly. I didn't like what I saw in the mirror, and I didn't want that. I wanted to take the easy way out. Let me go. What am I going to do? Everybody knows now. Everybody on the job, all of the people, and y'all know what's crazy? You know what's crazy? Is I thought God was punishing me for being something I was not. Something I was not. All right, y'all. I'm gonna let that be. I'm coming back with part 2. Look, y'all, I know y'all are probably saying, Titan, don't make me wait until Tuesday. I may come on this weekend and do it, but yeah, I may come on this weekend and do it, and then Tuesday will be the third part, right? But y'all, I just want to say this. Thank you all for the inboxing. Thank you all, inboxes, the messages. Thank you all for participating and asking questions and sending me comments. And then thank the naysayers. Thank the ones that are sparking this by telling me that I shouldn't be here and do this, because at one point I didn't want to do this anymore, right? It became tedious. I didn't love it, right? And the thing is that I love being an advocate. I love being me. Let me pop this back. I love being who God made me to be. I love being who I am. And I don't think that that's an abomination. I don't think that I am evil or nasty. I don't think that God made a mistake. And I don't think that I'm not God's child, right? So with all of that being said, I'm advocating, and I see these people younger and younger. HIV affects 13 to 65, right? Everybody. So I'm going to do whatever it is that I can do. I'm going to be who I am. And being who I am is me coming on, doing Titan in the morning, being crazy, loud, laughing, crying, telling my story, advocating, right? Sipping, doing what I do. That's why I do that. But thank you all so much for tuning in. Thank you all for. Chatty Osborne said, hold on, let me see here. D. Holly said, Percolator, it's such a blessing that Titan has a beautiful mom that understood, and I love you and your son, Titan. He got that beautiful soul and spirit from you. Well done, mama. Love you always. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Okay. Thank you. Girl, you know, woo, you better stop playing with me, D. Holly. My did, but he came back. Oh, you said my son did, but he came back. Indeed, Chatty. Indeed. And we're thankful for that. D. Holly said, congratulations on living and thriving. And y'all, let me tell you something. So the reason why, and thank you for that comment, D. Holly, because a lot of times what I used to say is that I was living, right? But I'm just not living. I'm thriving in my diagnosis, meaning that I get up every morning with a purpose. I get up and I do the things that I do because I could just live and be in the back. I could just live and be silent. I could just live and not do the things that I do. But I believe that I'm thriving in it because I understand where I'm at. I understand who I am. I understand that I am who God made me to be. My purpose is this right here. Who better to tell my story? Who better to let you know about my journey? Who better to bring the noise? Me. Me. But I didn't want to do it before. That's why I say living and thriving. Somebody said to me, well, you're talking about thriving. You ain't really thriving. You just living with HIV. No. Because I was living with it before. Matter of fact, it was taking over my life because I didn't want to do nothing. I was ashamed. I felt guilty. There was trauma behind it. So I didn't want to do anything. I didn't want to do nothing because of that. But let me tell you something about thriving. I made a conscious decision to get up. I made a conscious decision to advocate. I made a conscious decision to not let anybody, if I can help it, on my watch, go through what I went through. How do I do that? You told me that it's not my time. You told me I still had work to do. You told me that I have purpose. God, my higher power, spirit, you said to me like this, I'm not done with you yet. So stop asking. That's how I talk to my God. Stop asking. Bruh, we're not going to do that. I need you to get over there. I need you to get over there. Because that's where I need you to be. I got people waiting. I got people waiting, tapping their feet. I got people waiting for you to get over there. That's the work that you have to do. That's the work that you have to do. Don't you bring your behind up in here again, whether it's on the main line, the landline, or the cellular device. Don't you bring yourself up in here again and ask me a stupid, ignorant question like that. Stop playing with me. Stop playing with me. And I said, oh, okay. Like, what am I supposed to say? What am I to do? Now, you know how your parents have said, and I don't know if all of y'all parents have said this to you, but you know how, boy, don't come up in here. Girl, you getting on my last nerve. You better go outside and play. That's what God said to me. You better go outside and do your work. Take what you got, understand it, know it, right? Now go out there and do what you're supposed to do. I didn't put you on this earth for you to be gone that quick. I put you on this earth for you to get what you needed to get, understand what it is, and be in love with who you are. Now go. And I said, okay, then I'm going to pack a huge suitcase. You don't need a huge suitcase. You need a carry-on. Because where you going, you're going to be there for a long time. But you don't need a whole lot to go to where I'm trying to send you. When you get there, you're going to get what you need. So pack that carry-on and go. I got 3 P's for you, Titan. 3 P's. Power, position, and purpose. Now get. Know what your power is. You are the power. I need you to get over there in position. Go. I need you to go. Get in position. So when that spotlight hits you, you're going to know your purpose. You're going to know your purpose. And that's where I'm at now, y'all. That's where I'm at. This first part here, my story from AIDS to HIV to thriving. Y'all, sometimes they want you to tell your story and they want it to be like that. My story is not like that. It's been 19 years. I can't sum up everything in 19 years like that. I need you to feel and understand where I was. I need you to understand that it's not easy. It wasn't easy. And sometimes, even now, it's not easy because I'm human. But I know. I belong here. I know that I'm on purpose. I know. Sweetie girl said, I'm sipping with you. Rah. Okay, come on, sweetie girl. Hold on. Let me sip one time. Hold on. Ah, yes, come on, sweetie girl. Look, y'all. Thank y'all so much. I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here because it's almost 10 o'clock Central. I gotta go because I think I got a meeting. But I love y'all. I love y'all. I love y'all. Unapologetically said power, position, and purpose. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Q said, how long have you been growing out your dreads? It has been, I started my lock journey, 2-strand twists. This is 2024. So 2022. 2022. It will actually be 2024. It will actually be 2 years now, I think. I started in 2022, 2023, 2024. Yeah, so about 2 years, I think. Yeah. Low Key says, have a good day, Grand Titan. Always good to catch you. Indeed, Low Key. I'm coming to see y'all. I'm gonna have to come see y'all because I need to lay eyes on y'all. I need to see y'all. It's been a long time. But take care. Love you. Have a good day and hope to see you soon. Okay. Chatty said, my son's T cells were at 16 when he first found out that he was sick. He could not move or eat. He went to the doctor for malnutrition and dehydration. That's how he found out that he had HIV. His brother took him to the hospital. And you know what, Chatty? It's like that, right? It's like that. A lot of times we don't know what's going on, but it doesn't have to get to that point, right? But there are a lot of variables in these stories. But we want to thank God that his brother did get him there. We want to thank God that he did find out and that, things change from then on. A lot of times we don't have that person or that confidant or somebody that's going to be there with us to make sure that we are good because we ostracize ourselves, we take ourselves back, all of those things, right? All of those things. So, yeah. Let's see. Unapologetically says, have in mind for 19 years. Congratulations on still being here, still doing what you're doing. And I want to say this to anyone that's out here living and thriving with HIV, or you're living and thriving and just being you, right? I want to thank you for being you. I want to tell you that I love you right where you're at in this moment. You will have other moments, but you will not have this moment again. I love you right where you're at in this moment. Right? So, y'all, let's do it. You take your hands and arms. If you can't do it physically, do it mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, and wrap them arms around you and hug yourself real tight. And you know how the kids do when they hugging something, they got to be over dramatic. Oh, hug yourself like that. If you don't do nothing else this morning, hug yourself. Oh, hug yourself like that, right? Hug yourself like that. And I want you to put your name where my name is, right? And I want you to repeat these words. Titan, I love you right where you're at in this moment. Put your name where my name is. Titan, I love you right where you're at in this moment. You don't have to ask for it. You don't have to return it with a receipt. Titan, I love you right where you're at in this moment. Look into your phone, look into your laptop, look to your mirror, look to the sky, look to the moons, look to the floor, look to the ocean. I love you right where you're at in this moment. You are not a mistake. You belong here. You are God's child. but I love you right where you're at in this moment. Flaws and all, right? I love you right where you're at in this moment. All right, y'all, let's get it. Let me see. I got a couple of comments and we're going to get into it and we're going to do it. All right. Y'all ready? All right. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Wait a minute. Where am I at? Look, today I had to take the microphone off, right? So I don't know what I did this morning with that, but I'm going to take the microphone on off and I am going to lock it on down if I can. Okay. But I'm going to hold it. Hit me with your best shot. Fire away. Okay, anyways, look, I love you right where you're at in this moment. D. Holly, I love you right where you're at in this moment. And thank you, D. Holly, for always supporting and sending your support and doing those things. I love you right where you're at in this moment. Chatty, I love you right where you're at in this moment. Thank you for sharing and doing the things that you do. Unapologetically, I love you right where you're at in this moment. Thank you for your 19 years and being open and honest about who and what you are and how that shows up in your life. Low key, hey, grandson, I love you right where you're at in this moment. I want to thank you for always doing you and being who you are, showing up in your true, authentic self. I see you. I might not physically see you all the time, but I see you. I'm liking and I'm loving everything online. And I want you to keep on doing what you're doing, right? Sweetie girl, thank you so much for always supporting me. I love you right where you're at in this moment. Let's see, Q, I love you right where you're at in this moment. A woman of a word, I love you right where you're at in this moment. Spicy gal, I love you right where you're at in this moment. And thank y'all for always doing what you do with me. Thank you so much. Miss Pink, I love you right where you're at in this moment. Yaya, I love you right where you're at in this moment. Mississippi, I love you right where you're at in this moment. Let's see, who else did I have? Let's see. A woman of a word, I love you right where you're at in this moment. KB, I love you right where you're at in this moment. Crab Nation, I love you right where you're at in this moment. Debo, I love you right where you're at in this moment. Queen, I love you right where you're at in this moment. Queen Peace, I love you right where you're at in this moment. Let's see. Boogie's Balling. You know I love you right where you're at in this moment. Continue to do what you do, Boogie's Balling. Always bring the noise. And I love you and I love you. I love you for all that you do. And I'm going to thank you again, even though you said I don't have to. I'm going to thank you. I'm going to thank you. Yes, I am. Okay. Let's see. QQ, I love you. Queequee, I love you right where you're at in this moment. Tina, I love you right where you're at in this moment. Claude, I love you right where you're at in this moment. Keep on doing what you do, Claude. Keep on bringing the noise and the education and all of those things. I see you. I love you for who you are in this moment, right? Percolator, okay, mama? I love you right where you're at in this moment. Keep on doing what you do and keep on being my mama. Ooh, woo, 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 yes. I love you right where you're at in this moment. Lynn, I love you right where you're at in this moment. Thank you for being who you are. And thank you for showing up and supporting me and being all of that. I love you right where you're at in this moment. Let's see here. Who else did we have? Danny, I love you right where you're at in this moment. Let's see. Felicia, I love you right where you're at in this moment. Mark, I love you right where you're at in this moment. Mary Lee, I love you right where you're at in this moment. Sky, I love you right where you're at in this moment. Who else did we have? Extraordinary, I love you right where you're at in this moment. MZ9, Miss 9, I love you right where you're at in this moment. Let's see, who else did we have? Solid, I love you right where you're at in this moment. Mitt, I love you right where you're at in this moment. The King, I love you right where you're at in this moment. Thank you for always jumping in and calling me the positive king. I thank you so much. I love you right where you're at in this moment. And I love you right where you're at in this moment. Nate, I love you right where you're at in this moment. Black, I love you right where you're at in this moment. Carl, I love you right where you're at in this moment. Another Mary, I love you right where you're at in this moment. Kimberly, I love you right where you're at in this moment. Kick rocks. I love you right where you're at in this moment. Opal, I love you right where you're at in this moment. Terrell, I love you right where you're at in this moment. Let's see. Where am I at? Baby, I love you right where you're at in this moment. I'm laughing because I always say, baby, baby. But baby, I love you right where you're at in this moment. Lavette, I love you right where you're at in this moment. Keisha, I love you right where you're at in this moment. Auspicious, I love you right where you're at in this moment. I think that's about it, y'all. Let me see where I'm at. Miss Funky, I love you right where you're at in this moment. King Soon, I love you right where you're at in this moment. Let's see who else do I have in here. King Soon said, I'm late to the space, but it looks to be full of love. I love that. Indeed, King Soon. You may be late, but you're right on time. Come on in, kick your shoes off, and stay for a little while. I appreciate you. And then also, too, Miss Funky, thank you so much for all that you do, for the support, for always uplifting me. It's so many of y'all on here that always, y'all are in my village, my tribe, my gang, and my chosen family. And I thank you all so much. Today, I talked about my story from AIDS to HIV to thriving, part 1, right? And we went over a lot of stuff today, y'all. And so I'm doing it in parts because I believe that this advocacy that I'm doing, we have to be clear and concise on what it is that we're doing. And me being open and honest about my story, right? I am about that life. And so I got the questions in my inbox. And so I said I wanted to answer that. And I'm going to do that in this 3 parts. This first part was kind of heavy, a little bit. It's going to get a little heavier, but it's for the greater good, right? It's for the greater good. And so I want to say this to you all. Take some time and love yourself. Take some time and love yourself. Take some time and love yourself. I cannot stress it enough. There's a constant in this world, and it's love, but we need more of it. We don't have it like that. More self-love. More love of what's looking back at you in the mirror. More love of understanding that you're human and sometimes you make mistakes. And sometimes things will happen. More love in the fact that it's not what's wrong with you, it's what happened to you. More love in the fact that you have power, position, and purpose. Utilize that for you and then be all you can be. Okay? All right. Let's go. Let's get it. Let's do it. All right, y'all. Look, one last time before I get out of here. It is Titan in the Morning. My TikTok shop is open. Y'all go on over to the TikTok shop and get y'all a nice old mug or a t-shirt, right? Get y'all a nice mug or a t-shirt. Get you a candle, a Titan Capri Experience t-shirt with me plastered all up on it. Y'all see, do I look like I look close? Look, okay. Anyways, it's open. Thank y'all so much for all that you do. And look, I love you for who you are in this moment. In this moment. All right, y'all, let's go. Let's get, wait a minute. Okay, you said I need to sip one more time. Hey, Floordrobe, I love you right where you're at in this moment. Thank you so much. Hold on. I'm feeling good, y'all. So let's do it. Okay, let's do it. Me. Me. About a la 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 la. Woo 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 woo. Let's get it. Let's go. Sit it ta 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 ta. Sit it ta 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 ta. Zoom ta 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 ta. It's Titan in the Morning. Zoom I want to say thank you. Zibba-dibba-da-da-do. Zibba-dibba-da-da-do. Ah. Thank you. Thank you. Yes. Thank you. I'm getting out of here, y'all. But thank you. All right, y'all. Yeah. Y'all always making me do the things. Bye, y'all.